10 Reasons Why America is the Most Powerful Country in the World by Abdel Fattah Abdelmunaim. Through my multiple readings on American excellence, I found that there are dozens of research papers that can present the real reasons behind the American progress, and one of the most beautiful books on social networking pages is that bore the title 10 Reasons That Made America the Most Powerful Country in the World and Made It Rule the World. The 10 reasons, and the first reason came, America was colonies of the strongest countries in the world, which gained those who settled America, military and economic experiences, and the most prominent of America colonized Britain, including most of the immigrants and Spain. Colonialism is the first reason to gain experience, and solve any problems facing immigrants and benefit from the expansion of the United States, the Mississippi River, the straits, deserts, and natural resources. The second reason, the migration of progressives, scientists, and dreamers. Most of the group that immigrated to America was scientists, writers, artists, and intellectuals, and there were the military and experts, which made America after its independence to be assumed and built by progressives with scientific theories and logical and sound thinking, and dreamers, which made this country who showed the countries to the whole world, because it was founded on a scientific, logical and sincere approach. The third reason is the emergence of sincere national leadership. George Washington emerged as the national leader of America who had American independence and was the first president to be elected in 100% democratic elections, and he is one of the foundations of the First Republic of America to establish a democratic foundation, while the whole world is plunging into a nightmare. Dictatorship, individual rule, coups, foundations for parliament, and elections were conducted with integrity. The Constitution was written by the judicial decree to judge justice among the people. Here, they preceded the world in assessing the value of the American citizen, and that everyone is equal before the law. Establishing a national army by virtue of its military confronting enemies. In the end of his reign, sufficiency and strength were announced. America's national economy was in its infancy, and it was he who rejected the ruling without specifying a period, and 2 terms were specified. Fourth reason, America adopted the Declaration of Human Rights, which made it support the freedom in the world as it promotes. The fifth reason, the Civil War in America. America included in its society the scientific class, which is the ruler, the military class, the educated class, the working class, and the slaves. America recognized human rights and approved the fight against the slave trade. This was rejected by the Southerners and a civil war erupted, and here the government of America overcame on this war, which made it lay the foundations of freedom, and it may be that the absolute freedom that has become America's culture, and America's culture is occupying the world now. The sixth reason, the migration of the Jews from Hitler and the Nazis to the United States, especially the wealthy Jews, who were the backbone of the American economy and the American media after that and still are, and the participation of the Jews to the Americans is the one who established America's policy after that. The seventh reason, Freemasonry and American intelligence. It is one of the largest intelligence agencies, and the first of them was the one who established the Israeli Mossad intelligence service, and it is the one that looks after and participates with most of the American intelligence and intelligence system. Its strength appeared with the World War and penetration into corrupt systems, and it is very easy to penetrate into it. It is a global organization, in short, for an explanation that may be prolonged. It is an organization that was established by the Zionists first to prepare the world for the rule of Israel, secondly to destroy Islam and the Islamic Caliphate, thirdly, to spread sin and evil among people and spoil the minds. It is who spoiled the concept of freedom and the concept of honor and the concept of friendship, and continues in this through the media and cinematic lobby to spread the vice outside Israel, so that Israel can grow up. The eighth reason, American foreign relations. Especially the world saw the collapse of Britain and France and stood against Hitler, and this was the first appearance of American power that worked on the emergence of the United Nations League and the Security Council, and it was she who pledged all of this, which made it a leadership after the completion of the Hitler dictatorship and engineering of the coups. The first American foreign ministers were calling the engineers of the coups, the most famous of whom is Henry Kissinger, and the engineering here is that they plan coups as if they are internal conditions, but originally they are for external accounts, including the failed 1949 Syria coup. Providing military and economic aid to countries, and aid is always conditional, and the condition is a condition. Many countries are at the behest of the President of the United States. The ninth reason, its participation in the World War and its demolition of the Soviet Union, the only opponent of its control over the world. It became the first country to possess nuclear weapons and is the guardianship of it. It had a strong army on a scientific level, and the first armies that possessed and dealt with technology. The 10th reason, Hollywood, the media, and the Zionist media lobby. The beginning of the strong cinema in America was the side of dazzling and the export of American and Zionist ideas, sometimes explicit and sometimes not explicit, and Disney and cartoon characters came to permeate children and young generations, and the Zionist media lobby that spread in all the press machines. And here it appears that America occupies the world without cultural, economic, and military warfare with the aid and terrorism it engages in. These are the 10 reasons behind the sweeping American superiority over the world. Do you have what they have? The answer: of course, no.